Hey, okay, so I've had a few sips of coffee, so we're gonna go on this. Sorry, this one, like, really, I gotta disconnect this. Just tripped me out. I woke up to this, like, oh my God, this is just terrible. So I'm gonna make a little bit of a, like, so here's the deal. I got a computer science degree in 2020. I'm a nobody. I don't think I'm that smart. This thing says that I'm an architectural, systematic, and visionary genius. And I think that I'm not that smart, but I got a weird mind. Okay. And again, like statistics were, I think the way that statistics is like most basic statistics is taught is retarded. I think that like the basic things that are considered are for like very very reductionist simple minds, and it's like one way of like viewing things and like reasoning and stuff like that. It's just like one of like a universal like approach to it. And of course, there's advanced statistics, and there's like all different kinds of math. I'm interested in all of it. I'm trying to learn all, but it's like you only got like 80 to 100 years, or who knows if you do well. Um, 168 hours in a work week, in a week, and you got to sleep in a little bit at least. And so like I do things like I can grok some AI papers to certain extents. Like, can anyone claim to know what AI is doing? We debate about what AI is doing, and we debate about the inner workings and how all the layers work and blah, 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 for a given architecture, for a given technology. And there's numerous, and there's been numerous, and yet there's certain principles based on neuroscience and all different kinds of fun adjacent domains that I've been exploring, and other AI researchers have been exploring. And I think that a lot of practitioners have like very little clue of, but they might know statistics and they might know calculus and things that they like very basic like shit that was like impressed on them through the university system. Um, and I could just go on and on and on and on and on about all the assumptions, just utterly insane. But I'm building some things. So let's talk about a guy that is obviously just a danger to society and like what he's building because he's not competent. Because I might not pass whatever like fucking like stupid like linear type of thinkers. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. They have high IQs to an extent, and then just like it drops off. It's like no common sense, none whatsoever. Um, and let's see what we can do. So I have some systems. I'm in Playground. I have all sorts of, I have over here, we can go in here. I have some claims. This is Hope's Foundry. It's my ecosystem of projects. And I have all sorts of variants and all different kinds of, I'm gonna have to clean it up. I'm really early in the R&D. I'm at month. This is about month 14 now of master planning my constellation of projects. And it should start coming together by the end of this year, where I'll be going after contracts next year, basically, like early next year. Um, let's not get into, oh man, there's so many things we could get into. Okay, so let's go Genesis Genome and just docs. Okay, so see, I'm such a danger because I don't know all the things I didn't like. I don't know that I would pass any of the marks. Like the marks are seemingly due to our extreme ignorance in general. It's humans, the species. We are such infants. It could be assessed in a multitude of ways. Tests um, could be designed to make me into a dunce. Okay, an utter dunce. Claim. Oh, look at this. In Genesis Genome, we have 21,447 claims. They're not unique. I do have over 1,000 unique claims. Qualitative, quantitative, mechanical. I have a buttload of literature references. Let's see if, I don't know what that gives us. 700 primary scientific literature. Oh, that's not going to give us the true number. I think it's, let me see if I can find this. The right terminology that we use in some of this. This is just one file. I call it a blueprint. I'm so ignorant. It felt good to me to call it a blueprint. It's not a blueprint. It's a technical spec of some sort. I've got 74 of them. And I did what founders and deep tech startups do and large companies all the time, which is I don't know what I don't know. And I know that I don't know that I don't know, but I can explore and be curious and try to do systems level integration. And so I can just look and stand on the shoulder of giants that came before me. And basically with AI, I can leverage to the extreme. Hold on, let's see if we can find our literature. They used to be kind of all over the place, and things got sorted more and more and more. Let's see where we're at. It's litref. There we go. So we got 8,352 litrefs, but these aren't all unique, right? You can see some of the same, like it's of a given document is the first after the hyphen, and then the specific, it starts at, I think, 01, not 00. But yeah, so I have all sorts of fun things, and I'm using a variety of bases. I've gone outside of standard binary, and yet I jump into COTS to start off with, and then I jump into all different kinds of FPGAs, and then of course ASICs, going to be creating that. It's a deep tech venture. I can use the word deep tech and sound like I'm an important person and that kind of stuff. These games are so silly. And yeah, I really should clean up. And so I have doctrine, a doctrine of a self-evidencing system. So everything, instead of placing it all on the user per se, you have this thing called governance, okay? Government, mind control, right? It's stewardship over populations. And we've had it ever since the agricultural revolution, basically. And these are how things have sifted through and fit. And I thought to create a meta-governance layer. You can look bit.ly/meta-governance for my early work. It's still there. And you can get all sorts of ideas from that. And the system is going to level up. Civilization is going to level up. There are civilizational scale operating systems that candidates such as myself are building. And we're going to make things better for everyone, and it's not going to require knowing statistics. And it would be very good if, at a very young age, instead of gating people out, you expose them at a young age to what AI can do to leverage their natural curiosities, our children, and can help them to advance at a more rapid rate than what the current generation of teachers without embodied AI integrated into their being are able to do. So it's all going to come in stages. This has gone under the skin to an extent. Again, are you even keeping up with the research? There is certainly field testing. It's just going to go like utterly insane, but you have to be able to. DARPA keeps things on the shelves for certain periods of time, extended periods of time, for more than one reason, right? What is the purpose of government if not stability and progress, right? It's management. It's a management layer. And that management layer, we don't have to know everything about governance in order to have governance, but we should have basic competencies in it, of course, in order to have it being imposed on us. And so the same thing with AI systems, with platforms, that I'm saying that they have the responsibility, they have the power, the ability to wield this power. They have like massive responsibility, and we as users of AI also should have some responsibility, but not in, it doesn't make sense. It's nonsensical to say in statistics, to understand that these are probabilistic, and even that we're going to say a different word, to understand that they're not always correct. Well, humans, are they always correct? No. Well, AI, is an AI always correct? Well, I feel that. Well, why? Well, because, and then you have biases against humans, and we can talk about all these things, and we need to talk to people where they are. All right, and we don't talk to people with, well, they have to know statistics. It's just ridiculous. But I have, let's go into some of this. Let's get out of here. I have a core ethos, and I have a variety of doctrines for this. Okay. Oh, he's creating a pseudo-religion. Dude, do you guys know what a culture is? That it's the dominant cult? Do you know like any of these things? Have you just been totally stupefied by education or something? Edumacation? I have a lot. The flourishing lineage, the learning team, the thriving symposium, the gifted motion, the infinite game. I thought all this stuff out. I'm not narrow. The canon of architecture. Okay. The resonant experience, the sovereign agent, the doctrine of the environment, the evolutionary abstraction, the two-tiered self, canons of gnosis, all different kinds of things. And people will create their own systems, and that's totally cool. We should have competing systems, and I don't have a problem with that, as long as they're all aligned with the flourishment of intelligent life, all right, of what humans may become, etc., like the full gamut of things, all right? I've got a strategic atlas, dude. If I showed you this one, oh, all sorts of things. Of course, I have like just references upon references, and actually I had to remove this one because I kind of embedded it, or I had to like figure that out. There's like just so many things that are seemingly redundant that I'm trying to over time. It's just pruning a tree and shaping a tree and cultivating and all those kinds of things. But yeah, and then I have like assays. Here, check this out. In my campaign one, I have 56 assays, and I've been sorting that. In my assays, I plan on tier 1 publications. I'm getting TRD 7+ ready, right? For DoD, it's dual use. It's all different kind of civilian uses, multi-domain usage. I don't know. Have I said enough that it's about not being foolish? It's about not being narrow. Those are the people that should be able to build these kinds of platforms, all right? People that can not only do the math and have a heart, but can work with people where they are and not lock them out of this technology just because I don't know, you have a given bias of mathematics or something like that. I don't understand that whatsoever. I just think that if you apply this same reasoning to prior inventions in human beings, that we would live in a dystopian hell long ago, long ago. And again, I have extreme concerns for the misuses of AI technology. But it's on the platforms and the people who give the thumbs up for even beginning to grow as a platform and stuff like that. And this already exists. And if you can't see it, then I don't know. You're just not sensing the system correctly. Do I have to talk about In-Q-Tel in '99 and the tech revolution that was happening around then? Every which technology that comes out, it's gated. Every which technology, it's been like this. And AI is no different. You look through the DARPA, I have DARPA data. I temporarily, I have a longitudinal data set, highly compressed, proprietary, that looks at a quarter century worth of DARPA data. And then I just analyze it and chat with the AI about like all the programs and the evolution of it and the ways in which these programs evolve and like how they drop into SAPs and they drop into military and they drop into civilian and how the intersections happen and how things have flowed throughout time, you know, in the digital age and stuff like that. And it's just like, if you don't understand how this stuff really operates, then you're going to make really narrow cases for how to go about AI governance. And really, it's just like, yeah, we should just do it while you don't even sense that it's happening or have a clue how it's happening right now, and allow you to say your thing on social media. So I guess I'll just leave it there. But, you know, if anyone wants to have a chat, I do have some things going. Got some so-called blueprints, which are not blueprints and whatnot. But I guess I'll just end this one here. Okay.